The Mbawula Chat will be facilitated by Bulelani Balabala, and this will be Mbawula Chat with a South African football, prominent figure in South African football, a businessman, the president of the South African football here in Sebokeng, and incredible work. Would love to find out the story behind the glory. So, Bulelani, please, can you come to the front as we start the Mbawula Chat, and he will then bring onto stage Mr. Solly Mkhabela. Please, can we put our hands together for Bulelani Balabala?
Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Sbu. Sorry, so unprofessional. I'd like to now take this opportunity to welcome an amazing entrepreneur, business leader, formidable community leader up on stage for this segment. Let's give it up for Mr. Solly Mkhabela as he ascends to the podium. I'm sure you guys can do better than that, man. Thank you. Please grab a seat, sir. Don't you just think he's well dressed? Indwangu. No, man. So this part of the segment is called Mbawula Chat. Mbawula Chat translated fireside chat. Mbawula Chat because, you know, when we grew up, whether we're sitting in front of that wood-fired stove in our kitchens at home in the township with our grandmothers and aunts or uncles, or an elder in our families who are sharing knowledge with us, or it was around the fire, as Lali, or wherever the case is, this then is the segment that then represents that. So this segment for us throughout the day, I mean, you've learned from Itumeleng, Keletso Shedi's story, you know, you've learned from Ole earlier on around technological tools that you can utilize. So my big encouragement is take that advice and go back and actually research what these tools are. Watch tutorials on them so that you can apply. This then becomes the inspirational segment of the day. So that when you are, you know, navigate your entrepreneurial journey, the entrepreneurial journey must not be underpinned by stories that you are reading in books from people about peshe. Whereas we don't operate under the guise that says we don't have people locally that are navigating that have done extremely well. We've got such an entrepreneur and individual and a gentleman who's with us here today who's championing as a businessman himself, but also in growing the local economy. So, Mr. Solly, as if, you know, we haven't engaged, or the mic is right there. As if we didn't engage. I don't know if the mic, is it on for you? Perfect. I think if you, let me see. Yeah, perfect. I think, yeah, we're on, yeah. Say on. So maybe let me give you an opportunity. And then I'll ask a couple of questions as we move along.
My name is Solly Mkhabela. I'm based here in the Val in Palm Springs. I'm an NEC member of SAFA. I'm a regional president of SAFA Sedibeng. I'm an owner of about 10 schools around in Johannesburg. I'm also a businessman. I've got shopping centers in Orange Farm and in Mpumalanga province.
Okay, cool. I don't think you guys heard that. 10 schools. Oh, you guys shocked? Yeah. But also, you know, I think one of the things that stood out for me, and I think one of the most consistent thing, which is why, you know, we bring such individuals for Mbawula Chat, so that as you grow yourself in business, you might also then pick up from them how to behave. And I think one of the most consistent themes in our interactions and other black business leaders that we've brought onto this platform is they've never lost their humility. But sometimes it's totally 10th hour, bese sesiyahlanya sabambeki, asarelateki, make sure ukuthi phela netbank card yami mangena endaweni phezu kwetafula niyangazi. But here's a gentleman. But Solly, now tell me, so you've been able to build over these years. I mean, of all the things that you could have done, why entrepreneurship as a career choice? Maybe ngabuspane kuphi maru decide ayazi ngizoyishosholoza lento.
Actually, when growing up, I wanted to see myself working in these skyrock buildings of Sandton, Johannesburg, etc. But in my life, I never work in town. I never work in a city. I've been working in a township. I'm a teacher by profession. I taught in a school in Everton. I taught in a school in Orange Farm before I started my own schools. I never thought that one day I'll be a businessman, but being a teacher and seeing other black guys running schools, I said, how did they do it? Then that's where I started to have a school. I built one from money that I've saved selling alcohol from home, because I'm also involved in the bottle store businesses, but I started at home with shipping, and then it created money for me to buy 2 microbuses, whereby I was transporting learners. Going to school as a teacher, our first transport learners, they pay me at the end of the month, whereas I'll be getting my salary at the end of the month. Then I managed to hire a bottle store in Lakeside, Guantlapo, and then that bottle store created another bottle store, another bottle store created another bottle store, just like that, and a school, and another school created another school created another school. I never worked. Yeah. It doesn't come easy. You need to compromise and sacrifice. I'll stay 3 months without an income, 6 months without an income, but those days are over. So here I see black businessmen, black businesswomen, and I'm telling you, do not give up. The future is bright.
And you know, the thing is for me, if you look closely, you'll learn a number of things. And the fact that is success leaves clues. Because sometimes we sort of look at individuals and we question, how did they get there? And I think from one of the biggest things that I pick up from the story is it doesn't give all the pictures, but it gives you a sense of understanding. And that sense of understanding, to a degree, it says to you, you are on the right path. And sometimes being in situations that we're under pressure and want to get to point B, but there are steps that we need to go through. So, Prasol, you know, business in itself is not easy. How have you managed over these years, you know, with the failure rates, business, challenges? Sometimes we figure that when the product yakho asifuni, or maybe manje so register isikole bavele bakutshela ukuthi license asidniki. How have you been managed to navigate these real challenges that entrepreneurs are faced with, but you still sit and you are standing here today as the formidable businessman that you are?
You know, to be a business person is not easy. Remember, if you're working and you're an employee, you are sure of your salary on the 25th, on the 30th. But trust me, the only days business people are not happy, it's month end. Remember, month end you have to pay your staff, and who's paying you? Even if your business didn't work for the whole month, you never had a profit, nothing, but you still have to pay your staff. So in hard days, definitely sure, you'll go for loans. You'll go for loans, and I remember when you make a loan, it comes with an interest. There's no businessman that will say, no, money just came easy, I didn't make a loan. Others, they go as far as going to Bomashonesa. That's business. But in business, do not care whoever says what, as long as you've got a focus. But hard times are there in business. But hard times, they don't last forever. They pass. Yeah. But I'm telling you, it is better to be a businessman and create jobs than being an employee or a government official for life, depending in the pension fund. So I could see here the motto, the theme as well. It's join us for tea, but it's also about technology. Remember, we're in the 4th industrial revolution, whereby manual labor is replaced by digital. So definitely sure we need to convert, because manual labor is taking forever, but digital, it's so quick. So if you convert to digital, then you'll make your cash so quick. So I've seen here, I've tried to support here all the stalls here. I made it a point that I buy something. Other things I do have at home, but it was to support a black man and a black woman. And in the stores here, if I never purchase anything from you, before I leave the door, make it a point that you call me to buy something. Because there's nobody that can support black business. You'll never see people from cities coming here and buy. That is why township was a colonial concept created to deprive our black economy. So that is why even if we're here, we're still striving. In no ways that I don't buy from town. I don't buy from Southgate. If I need something, I'll go to Everton Mall because I know that some shops are run by black people or even at Tabong. I don't support anything that is from outside. I support locally. And if we can learn to support locally, I'm telling you, we will go far. We'll go far. Look at Indians in Lenasia. If you go and you want a shoe or a trouser and your size is not there, they'll say, no, my other branch is having your size. It is not his branch, it's another Indian guy because they don't want money to go out. So if ever we can steal that concept, I'm telling you, we'll go far. We were staying in a very rich country with rich minerals, but we don't support one another. We need to learn to be united and support one another.
What is I normally say one piece, but what is that one piece of advice? Whether it was advice, it was a book you read, it was a motto that has stood with you all these years, that you've either lived by or you've channeled energy from it in navigating challenges or even good times?
I always tell myself that even if I can see hard times, I'll cross that bridge when I get to that bridge. I will never surrender, but I'll cross that bridge when I get to that bridge. So even if you see that your business is taking a noise staff, please do not give up. Do not give up. Get there. But I'm telling you, you'll cross that bridge.
So esikhathini esiningi yabona sicela izinto but into eshayayo ukuthi some tissues. You know, in most cases we start things, but you know that deters us sometimes ukuthi abantu bazothini, you know. I mean, I make an example. I think just in Orange Farm a week ago we met a young entrepreneur here, Orumjita, in the streets, and all he does is wash my dustbin, you know. But he was saying something interesting to say the other guys that he's approached about washing bins with him were not interested because they feel like aksumsebenzi. But you know, he was telling us how he's making 4,000 rand a week. He only works on Thursday. He washes 80 bins. So what's your advice, especially to us as young individuals, especially navigating business? But it's navigator sometimes nale entitlement mindset ethi thina soyenza lokhu asenze lokhu because imali isendaweni ethize ayikho endaweni ethize.
The problem with us black people, we want to choose work that we do. Because if I open a car wash, it will be an embarrassment. But I'm telling you, if you don't choose, you become a hustler. Like our African brothers from other countries, they'll be here being shoemakers, hairdressers. They do everything. They're jack of all trades. If we can adopt that to be jack of all trades, because really, to sit in a township doing nothing, there's a lot of that you can do. Like those guys that are cleaning the dustbins. At the end of the day, this guy with that money, if ever is making 4,000 rand a week, there are people that are not even earning 4,000 rand per month. So that means that money is there in the township. So I'm telling you, you are not doing things for other people. Do things for yourself. I remember when I was a teacher, after school I'll go and sell alcohol, guami. I'll clean, I'll do everything. They'll throw liquor, I'll wipe it. I was not embarrassed. But trust me, it is that money that made me today than the salary that I was earning as a teacher. Because that one, it will just vanish, not even knowing what I did with it. But the one for business, because I've worked very hard for it, I'll make it a point that each and every cent I account for, because I've sweat for it. But the one that I was earning as a salary, I used to do whatever I like, because I call it an easy come, because I'm sure about it that month end it is coming. But the one that is right about it, you work hard for it, you use it very wisely. So here I see future businesswomen, I see future businessmen, and I do not give up. Hold on there. It won't be very long.
You know, I love what you touch on, Solly, because, you know, it sort of leads to my next question around discipline. You know, how important is it for us as young entrepreneurs coming up to be disciplined? Because sometimes phela siyavula, ama-shop sometimes siyavala. Mangifila ngathi ngo-2 ngiyavala. Sometimes ngithengisa ayikho. Sometimes ama-client angicela amaquota ngiyithumeli, ngize ngigijimise i-client. How important is it to be disciplined? And then on top of that, nokuhlonipha i-customer.
It's a very important thing to be disciplined. Look, if you run a business, it is not your business. You are an employer in that business. If your business is an 8 to 4, be there 8 to 4. The only time that you leave the business is the time when you go and stock. But there should be somebody who's managing. So you are an employer. That money is not your money, it's for business. You cannot take it and use it as you wish. It's not your money. You'll wait for month end. As a business person, you earn a salary. If you increase your staff salary, that means it is about your time also to increase your salary. Your salary cannot be increased at any time of your wish. You earn a salary. And if you have to make a loan in your business, it must be a loan. And you need to replace that money. It's for business, it's not for you. You cannot close your business as you wish because your friend are having an anniversary somewhere, then you close business. No ways. Your business must stay open. If it is Monday to Sunday, it must work Monday to Sunday. You don't close it as a wish. And definitely sure, have somebody who will be your manager. Have somebody who will be your manager. Somebody that you trust. Remember, a business is a legacy. You make it a point that you teach one of your children that is interested in business. So that when God remembers you, your legacy must continue. So problem with us, we're not like Indians and whites. As bafundisa abantwana bethu business, we push them that far. And then they say, kuthiwa no, uhambe nento zakhe. That is our stupid belief. That ushone nento zakhe. No, you never at least train one of your children to continue the legacy. That plan is very much important. Identify one of your children. Ungamforce. Umubona no, akekho business minded. Ungamforce. But there'll be one ozoyithanda in the business. Uyamthatha weekend uma esikoleni uhamba naye, uyathengisa account usebenza umfundisa business kanjalo. Let's not forget to do that because in most of the cases, when we die, our business dies.
Are you guys enjoying? Yes. But most importantly, are you learning? Yes. And are you making notes? Yes. Are you making notes? But that's what happens when you bring real individuals that are navigating real entrepreneurship, who are sharing real, relatable, authentic stories. But what I'd like to do now is I don't want to hog the moment with my questions. Maybe what I'd want to do is we've got guys with mics across the room. You know, is there anyone who's got a question? Maybe we'll do, I've got a lady over there. Maybe let's start with the gentleman. So what I'll do, I won't ignore the others. We'll start with the lady that's standing next to Spoo and the gentleman over here. Then we'll move on to other people that have got questions.
Hi everyone. My question, Mr. Mkhabela, I can see that you have different multiple ventures that you're into. So me and my partner, we've got a problem of having business ideas that are different ventures, right? So I want to ask you, how are you managing all the different ventures that you have? You've got a school, you've got centers, you've got a club and bottle stores. So those are all different, in different sectors. So how are you managing each and every single one of them? And what are the challenges that you've had to overcome with managing each and every business venture that you started?
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I multitask. I cannot be in any business same time. My business are managed centrally. I've got a head office somewhere, but I multitask. That is why I'm saying that a succession plan to train one of your children, whatever, it's very much important. Have a manager that you've got confidence in. Remember, as businessmen, sometimes we run business over the phone. You receive calls left, right, and center for solutions, and you manage to attend to those problems over the phone. You just need to multitask. But trust me, as a hustler, do not focus in one business, because when it fails, another one can continue. Remember, like in COVID, I remember for 2 years I didn't work because of this closing and opening. You know, alcohol was not sold in certain level of the lockdown, etc. How was I gonna survive? But because of the supermarkets, whatever, at least I had an income. Otherwise, I was gonna collapse, because so many businesses collapsed during COVID because those people were just focusing in one thing, not in other things. You are right, I'm also involved in football. As I'm sitting here, my team is playing somewhere because there's a coach and a team manager. I multitask.
Thank you so much. We've got a question here from the gentleman in the white shirt. Fourth row, from the fourth row, please. Yes, that's him.
Hi everyone. I was just asking a question from Solly, that how was it possible from him to have funds for his businesses, because he started as a professional teacher at school.
Okay.
Thank you.
Or how did he fund? Okay, perfect.
What happened, I want you to know that I've never been a tenderpreneur. I don't work with tenders. Anything that I own. I don't pay a bank or anything. I built that myself. I don't owe anything. What is happening, like as I said earlier in my open remarks, that I ran a shebeen that bought me 2 kumbis. I made money with those kumbis. That made me to hire and fill a stock in a bottle store in Lakeside, Guantlap. And the business was booming. That is why one business built one another, And until today, I never took a loan for a business, of which it is good. Because if the business is failing, you don't own anybody. I would leave anything with no man, they're coming and repossess whatever. So I believe in a business without making any loan somewhere. But I'm saying that sometimes there are hard times whereby you can go to Nedbank and get a loan. They'll give you the loan, of which it is good. That is why I said, no, you cannot run a business without making any loan. But it's good to start a business on your own income than starting a business with a loan, because that business is not yours. It is for that company that you have made a loan, because every month you'll be taking money and pay the company. So you are left with nothing.
And then I'll just get 2 more people. But you know the one thing that I love that stands out here, and I think from what Prasoli is saying, start the one business, this business then led to the 2 kumbis. The two kumbis led to, what does that speak to? Focus. So don't misinterpret what's being said here and then you start 30 businesses at the same time and you don't focus. He's sharing real-time principles. Start the one, let it do well, because when it does well, it funds the other. Then the others, when you do well and you've systemized them, they fund the other. You understand? So don't lose these real-time amazing. Let's give him a big round of applause and then we'll take. Any more questions? We've got a question. But why are all the questions this side? Okay, anyway, okay, it's okay. That's a personal. Okay, I've got a question over there. I've got a question there in the hand. I've got the gentleman there. Okay, let's pause it there. Just the one. Maraka is this side. The B team, gadlala. Okay, sir, feel free to ask your question. Then, guys, I'll just ask, in the spirit of maintaining what the two individuals who've asked questions have done, thank you so much for that. Please just make sure that, because we're trying to get as many people in to ask questions, don't make it 2 or 3 questions or comments. One question, then we give it to the next person. Thank you, sir.
Sanbon. Mr. Mkhabela, here are my questions. But you just cut me, you just said why.
What you could see.
Mr. Mkhabela, since you were saying that Masfuna Malone, you should go to Nedbank, what if you don't qualify for a loan at Nedbank as a formidable businessman? That's the question.
No. No, you can't have two, I'm sorry. I think we must give others a chance. Because Mr. Mkhabela, they want this knowledge. I can't. Let's move on to the next. Move on to the gentleman there wearing the shades. Sir, Mr. Mkhabela, what are your thoughts on that question? Can he come knock on your doors as a loan shark? I mean, I'll be the lakasha getting the money back.
No, no, I can give advice where to get the money. I can give advice.
Thank you so much. So, Ms. Prasoli will definitely give you advice. And Tate?
Well, hello? Okay. No, thank you very much. Thank you to everybody. And the event is very informative. Mine quickly, Mr. Mkhabela. Apparently, we've got business moguls in our country who made it from scratch. You know, I'll mention people like Ndate Richard Maponya, you know, the likes of your Gauteng Mackenzie, who were even able to write books. In the Val, as a region, can you maybe, I don't know whether it has ever crossed your mind, but can you be able to impart the knowledge which you have, maybe through the community radio stations in our area, so that could be an inspiration to the entrepreneurs. Or maybe if it's possible that you can write a book which could be digital or an old school type of a book, so that we could be able to get access to that information which you have, and that would be the legacy which cannot be taken away from us. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir.
My brother is like a fortune teller. I think you are a fortune teller, you know that deep down. Because really, I've been approached about the book. It is in the preparation stage with the local radio station. Let me talk about TET FM. If it was not me, TET FM was not going to be existing. I am the founding trustees of TET FM. TET FM didn't have a studio. I accommodated one of my classes. I even broke 2 classes to be one to accommodate TET FM in Orange Farm at this Composer Secondary School. That is where it started. Jimmy Dlamini was our manager. And then it moved to Orange Farm AU2 Mall. The mall that I was the chairman of the community trust, whereby we approach NEF for funding, and we approach developments for funding, and then community owned 10%. NEF gave us 50 million that I've assigned and make my properties as assurance for the community. So what I'm gonna do, I'll speak with TETFM at least to have a slot once a week for business, because I could see that they do have everything, but that slot is not there. My brother, I'll make it a point. I think I must take your numbers so that when they give that slot, I inform you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Hey, we got more than we bargained for. You know, because this is real impact. You know, because also for me, it's when you measure out in the real stories of real entrepreneurs that have built real things, you know, they've got this deep propensity to empower. But that's why these stories must be documented, and I love that, you know, so that we know of this impact and stop referencing things that we don't know, people that we can't point to. You know. The gentleman at the back, sir, your question, sir?
Oh, Dumela Lekai.
Dumela.
I go by the name of Sidwell Shanimake, founder of Tinya Sportswear. I'm based in Everton. Actually, it's not a question, but it's a comment, and I would like to give Ubabu Soli his flowers while he's still alive. Yeah, so I'm a young man from Val. I've been playing soccer, hence I ended up having my own brand. And playing soccer from an early age during my primary school, I've been hearing of this name, Mkhabela. Even secondary, I've been hearing this name, Mkhabela. Tertiary level, Mkhabela. Starting my own business, Mkhabela. Starting my own foundation, NPO, Mkhabela. So, Baba, big ups, and what you have done for the community, I know, I know. And keep on keeping on, and I would like to work now, from now on, till I would like to definitely work with your team. Thank you.
I've already placed an order to him to supply me with a jersey for my team that is playing in the LFA in Fulani. My local team, it is called Palm Springs United. It is playing under Mfuleni Local Football Association. I've already placed an order with him, and I need that strip by next week Friday to be ready, because the league is commencing, and because he touched football and I'm in football. I'm the one that revived Morocco Swallows when it was dead. My team, Orange Val Professionals, beated Swallows in 2016 for further relegation. Then we struck a deal with Panyaza that because you don't have a team, you've got the name, you don't have a status, you don't have a team, you don't have a ground, whatever. I offered my ground, that's where Morocco Swallows was revived until it went back to PSL. But you know that other people will come to football because it was a board of directors. Others, they came for money. Others, they came for football. But unfortunately, those that came for football for money, they were enough to vote that Swallows must be sold. And it was sold. Swallows is no longer there. But it was revived in the Val, the Morocco Swallows. Thank you.
Wow. Maybe just two more. Okay, I've got this side. The gentleman in the black cap. Anyone else? Okay, the ladies. Okay, cool. We'll close it with these two, and then we'll wrap it up. Time.
All right. Good afternoon.
We've got a lady. Yeah, definitely.
To
Yes, sir.
everyone. I've got a question for you. I would just like to know, what kind of technology did you use in your business to grow a business? Because I'm also in the same space. We do digital marketing. We provide websites. I'm grateful that what you've done for Teta, because right now today, my company or our company have provided service. We've designed a website for Teta FM. So I'm grateful for that. And I'd also like to know things that you've done in your business, like in terms of technology to grow your business. And also maybe if you'd like our services in the near future. Thank you.
No, thank you so much for that. The next, just so you know, the next one is this gentleman in front, no? Who's wearing the cap with the gold inscriptions. Mr. Solly?
What I can say in technology, remember, we belong in the old school of thought. we ran our businesses before the fourth industrial revolution. So what we did now, we hired people that are in technology to run that department for us. And I've got one of the people that I work with who's heading that IT side, who's an IT specialist. I think she can advise, she can answer your question. Over to you.
I love this.
Hi, everyone. I didn't expect this. Okay, so, he's mentioned that he owns schools. So on my side, I work with digital for education. So we offer digital solutions for education. I work hand in hand with Snaplify. So I would say that's the part that he's also, ventured into to make it easier in terms of technology, because now you don't always have to carry books. When you go to school, we used to have school bags filled with so many books. And now it's so advanced. All you need is just a tablet, and you just need an app. You download your books, and you're able to access your books. So that is one way where we've actually advanced in technology within schools, that our kids can actually access those particular books without having to carry them. And someone might say not every child actually has the money, especially in the township, to actually buy a tablet to access those books. But we also work hand in hand with the Department of Education to say they need to sponsor us with those tablets, and then we can then upload those books, especially for our matriculants, so that they can have access to those books, because there are also schools that do not have enough money to actually say, we can offer those books to all our matriculants. Some matriculants don't even have study material. But because we're actually venturing into that, and we've made deals with the Department of Education to say, let's help our kids to be able to access those books through those devices, that's how we help them. So I hope that answers your question. I'm not sure.
No, it does.
But yeah.
Thank you so much for that. And you know what I love about that, right, is as an entrepreneur, focus on your strength, outsource your weaknesses. Don't try and do everything by yourself. Because just in this moment, this exhibited that work with the right people that are rightly skilled, let them run those things. But delegate, but never derelict. So sometimes we delegate, and then we forget, and then you leave. Delegate, never derelict, because your fiduciary responsibility in business is to do what Mr. Solly just demonstrated now. I'm going to delegate, but I've got my hand on the pulse of what's going on, and I'm going to make sure that I unlock networks to advance whatever we're going towards, but I know exactly what is happening in my business. Sir, closing us off.
Dumela. Kilebang from Everton, founder of Evergold Sportsbet, which is a betting platform like your major betting platforms that you know, but we only focus on local teams. Since Mr. Mkhabela dwelled on the topic of sports, so what we are trying to create here is insight on people understanding the game more often, especially when it comes to local teams. We are not recognized enough. So what we do, as we set the odds, and then we create people. We teach people how to what do you say like this? How to gain financial knowledge across betting and so my guy who owns a sportswear brand, coming from both locations, we know the struggles that we are facing. So we need mentorships, serious mentorships, because our brothers and sisters are failing us, honestly.
So what the biggest thing that you are asking for is for mentorship?
Yes.
Okay. Are you clear about what you want mentorship on?
Yes, very.
Okay, very, very important. Brasoli, can they come yet, or?
No, at least my brother there came with a solution as well. Because I know that every Friday we send somebody, a rep from SAFA, for an interview with the sports guys at TETFM. But my advice is, I know that there are so many teams here in the Val, Sebokeng, etc., but those teams are not registered with the LFAs. There's a Super League. If you've got a team, formalize the team, register the Super League. As custodian of football in South Africa and as custodian of football in the Val, we make it a point that there are workshops. We've got competition in the league, in the LFAs, in the region. The competition committee, each and every once a month, they've got competition meetings. They call the technical department of any teams for workshop so that you can familiarize yourself with SAFA uniform rules, because each and every game got rules. So in those rules, you get a constitution, you can read the constitution. A constitution, it's a Bible of football. But I can even organize you a copy of the LFA constitution, of the regional constitution, even the national constitution, but they are all in line. And you can get more information that can use to workshop your players and everybody. But my advice, do the right thing. Puma pokweni, puma guma tournament. Tournaments are killing our football. We're not saying no to tournaments. We give tournaments a thumb up, but those tournaments must be played in line with our constitution of SAFA. Hope we answered. Thank you.
Let's give Mr. Solly a big round of applause. Now, in wrapping up, I think maybe we'll give you an opportunity, Professor. What's your message to us? Or your closing words, your closing remarks, or what's in your heart about that you want to leave us with?
What I can ask for is that Nedbank, thank you, and be on board. Sol, thank you, and be on board. The NYDA, our host here, Sharp Cafe. Let this not be a once-off thing. Because if you can come this year and you go, that means you don't do check and balancing. So because you've did the checking today, do the balancing next year. Want to see the very same thing happening next year.
I love that. I love
So that these entrepreneurs, when they come next year, we will see a lot of products, lot of stalls. This marquee must be very big so that to show that this workshop served a purpose. But to the sponsors, let it be not a once-off, let it be yearly. Thank you.
Together, Bekele. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it from our Mbawula Chat. But I think because such amazing nuggets were dropped, this interview, this chat is already available on our YouTube channel. Go, download it, save it, listen to it, learn from it. Because success leaves clues, and this is the success that we had today in the room that has left a tremendous amount of clues. Let's learn from it and unpack the journey so that we're able to take what is going to work for us. In this case, everything he shared is definitely going to work for me, so that you apply it into your business. Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause. Let us give it up to Mr. Solly Mkhabela. Then for Solly, what I'll ask is...